Hey Collective, I hope you're doing well. This is just going to be a reading for you guys for next week. This is separate from Patreon's reading. They'll get a collective, a Queen's and a King's reading over there for their weeklies. But I just want to do something, what's going on for you guys next week. This is good for all signs, all placements. Also, happy birthday to my Tauruses out there. I've not forgotten about y'all. I just, a lot been going on and the energies have been wild, honey. I hope you enjoyed your new moon. Good for manifesting and everything. But happy birthday to Tauruses. Many blessings to you in your soul return and for many, many years to come, okay? But this is for everybody. So take what resonates, leave the rest. If it's not your story, don't make it fit. Roles can be reversed, and vet everything, everyone, every time, including myself. Watch tarot responsibly. This is meant to be more like confirmations or a little bit of a heads up, okay? What else? These readings are not meant to be medical, psychological, relationship, financial, career, and or legal advice, okay? If you want to get a private personal reading with me, my email and website, hold on, is down below. Also, check out YouTube memberships as well as Patreon and recommended readers, okay? Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the hype button. That way it really does put me into the algorithm. All right, let's see. What's going on next week, which is the 18th through the 24th? Okay, we have alluring, enticing, attractive, infatuation. Okay. Looking good, smelling good, male or female, does not matter. You look good. Okay, one more. Something about maybe you're going to the beach for some of you. Okay, we got interfere, intrude, hinder, and block. So, okay. You may be finding out next week, beginning of the week, which is like Monday, Tuesday-ish. Middle of the week is Wednesday, Thursday-ish, and the end of the week is Friday through Sunday. You might be finding out that what was blocking a connection or something like that, or it's like confirmation. You already know. Okay. Somebody here was paid to do this. You already know about a beach trip. Maybe you're not going to the beach, or maybe you did, I don't know, but you already know about a beach trip. That's what I'm hearing. Okay. Someone also could have been paid to do this. One more from the top. Yeah, mind games, manipulation, trickery, and confusion. Yeah, somebody here was doing something to cause an interference in a connection or friendship. More so probably romantic. I feel like, I don't know, like a friend or something. Or somebody you know. Maybe you don't know this person. Yeah, they were using mind games to interfere or block a connection or hinder it from healing or repairing. But you know, again, something about a beach trip, okay? It would be in the United States for some of you, okay? Middle of the week. Yeah, we have corruption, bribe, and coercion. I'm telling you, I don't know, I feel like somebody was either bribed to keep it quiet, or will be. I don't know, okay? But it's stolen money, okay? What else about Wednesday, Thursday? Okay, we have gossip, trash talk, and lies. Somebody here was bribed to talk shit about you. Leadership, assertive, and dominant. I feel like this could be you. Somebody that, okay. We also have you have the power, empowerment. Maybe you're working on self-empowerment, self-respect, healing, self-worth, your self-esteem, that kind of stuff, right? Somebody here was paid money to talk shit about you. Or to twist the facts. Or to leave them out altogether. Or people are talking about this behind your back. But again, there's something about a beach trip. Give me one more on that, beginning of the week. Mind games, manipulation, trickery, confusion, secrets. Yeah, it was secret. There's secrets here. For some of you, you can actually smell a secret, hear a secret, feel it. Like a full body immersement in it. You can actually, yeah, you know what's there. I don't even feel like you're angry about it. for some of you. So I don't know if somebody was doing this to piss you off or hurt you or something like that, but I don't feel like it had the effect that they were looking for. Or whomever this is. Because you're still in your personal power. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do another round in a second. What about end of the week, Friday through Sunday? Yeah, look. We have transformation, rebirth, and upgrade. You are transforming. You have changed a lot. Or you will. Contracts, commitment, obligations, and agreement. That's something that's transforming about that. But then we have victim, sorrow, grief, and sadness. I got chills on that. Okay, so you're not going to be somebody's victim anymore. Victim of circumstance, victim of slander, defamation, liable. You let the strength of your character speak for itself. You don't need to go back and forth. You don't need to go and prove your worth or who you are, who you're not to anybody. If people want to believe bullshit about you, then they're going to believe it. What can you do? If people want to come and ask you, then they'll come and ask you if they really want to know. Somebody else has been playing the victim. You're going to find out about that. But I feel like all of this you already know, though. And you're still moving forward, or you're still healing. You're not allowing it to get underneath your skin or get you to react. Yeah, you're not dealing with projections anymore. It doesn't suit you. You can't control how other people, what they do, what they say, what they don't do, what they don't say. You don't have to wear it, though. You don't have to take it on as your identity, or who, if people are, look, snapped, unhinged, instability, and crazy. And then we have fraud, insurance, identity, check, tax, and mortgage fraud. Okay. And we got emotional manipulator. And then we have hater. And then we have ascension. See, that's what I'm telling you. You know. You are, look, we have ascension and knowledge. You have a higher perspective of something. You've ascended, which for me, I don't know, take it for what it is. It can mean different things for everybody. You ain't got to settle with how I view it. It doesn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? It could be different for everybody. How I look at it is changing your mindset, right? Changing how you look at things, right? Being open-minded to different perspectives, but also staying true to who you are. Like, just because somebody has a different perspective than you or a different viewpoint than you, that doesn't mean you have to take it on. It's just that's their truth. But you also have your truth. Doesn't mean neither one is more right than the other, right? It just means they could be different, and that's okay. You have knowledge. And when you change your mindset, it helps you change how you feel about something. And you don't have to carry it. For some of you, you've been carrying around almost like your own, like your other people's projections of you as your identity, but that's not who you really are. And I feel like that's the knowledge here. And you know what's been going on here behind your back. You do. 100% you know. You might even have evidence to back it up too. But you know. I'm going to look at these at the end. The fraud, the emotional manipulator, hater, ascension. People are hating on your healing and your innate knowledge. And again, it doesn't have to be nobody, people don't have to take on your perspective necessarily of everything. It's just a different perspective. That's all. What is this alluring about? What's going on? Yeah, destiny, fate, future, and karma. You could be glowing right now. Somebody here was trying to wear your essence or your destiny as if it was theirs. or somebody who was interfering in a connection is getting karma. You don't need to know about it. You don't need to hear about it. You don't need to see it to know, because you have knowledge that it's going to happen. It is happening. And that's no tea, no shade towards anyone, right? What's this? Interfere, intrude, hinder, and block. Yeah, unconditional love. They were trying to block unconditional love. That was destined at some point in time. Sometimes it's a redirection. Sometimes it's not rejection, it's a redirection. What's this? Mind games, manipulation, trickery, and confusion. Caution, warning, and danger. You might have tried to warn somebody here about this. They didn't listen. They didn't listen. What's secrets about? Prayer. Or magic, but it's not like baneful magic. This is just prayer, basically. You have secret prayers. I don't feel like you're meant to share those with anyone. I'm not trying to dig into it either, okay? Yeah. Let me see the tarot. What's this about? Yeah. For some of you, this is going to be a defining moment where you want it is you're not out to prove that you've changed or that you've been really healing and there's peace in your life or whatever. It's going to be seen. It's going to be seen. And this will be a defining moment whether to let go or to give more grace. Because you refuse to hold on to pain. That only disturbed your peace. And for some of you, you're refusing to be the sole cultivator for everybody else's peace. You can only cultivate your own. You're not, those days of you playing small, dimming your light, just for the comfortability and the protection of everybody else's peace while you had none, are over. And that's why you have peace, but also the reason why you're so calm is because you have knowledge. Yep, Ten of Swords. About a betrayal. It was fated, and I don't mean, like, you know, I'm not excusing it. I'm not condoning it, okay? I'm saying you were tested and you passed. Somebody else was tested, they did not pass. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you did warn someone at some point in time, but not like in a nasty way. Hey, don't do that. Because what happens after that, you have legit no control over. They didn't listen. Yeah. What's the Ten of Swords about? That's a betrayal. It was fated. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. It was like somebody here, someone spent a lot of time, a lot of investment to betray you. And it was for nothing. Somebody here got a warning. I don't know if it was from you or from somebody else. Hey, you might not want to do that. Because you don't know what the consequences are going to be on the back end. I don't know if this was you, but they did it anyways. They spent a lot of time doing this. They put a lot of investment. Someone was trying to betray you at work or betray a connection. They spent a lot of time doing this. In a way, it was kind of fated. You were, and I'm, again, not to dismiss or invalidate your feelings or how painful that something could have been, but you were used as a catalyst to see if somebody's even worthy of such unconditional love. With boundaries, of course. They spent a lot of time betraying you. Instead of investing in you, or the connection, whatever that was, they spent a lot of time betraying you. Financially, emotionally, sexually. Yeah. Yeah. There could have been a child that came of this. Because she's holding a baby. Yeah, there's regret. Someone regrets this. Someone is full of remorse. because of the truth. Bingo, freaking bango. Ace of Swords. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. That's the truth. Somebody is sorry because, and full of regret because they did allow, this can be like a friend or a frenemy or an ex-friend or somebody. They spent a lot of time betraying you. Instead of just being your friend, they regret it. They regret not telling you the truth. Because they've, ever since then, and it's been ongoing, it just kept, it was like a snowball effect. Yeah. Mind games, trickery, yeah. Confusion, caution, warning, and danger. What's that about? The world. Closing something out. Completion of a cycle. Three of Cups reverse. So we got Capricorn, we got Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. We also have Cancer. No. Someone regrets not telling you the truth this whole time. And they've been running from that truth this whole time. Secrets. So when you pray for God to reveal the truth to you, if you have or you will, you're going to ask God to, the Most High, to check the hearts, yours included, of everybody involved. What's that about? Page of Swords reverse. There are people that have stopped speaking to you. It's because they're keeping secrets. Because they're lying. Spying, stalking, hacking, causing problems, trying to. And they're not speaking to you because of their own guilt and shame. I'm not meant to tell you about the prayers. Exactly word for word. But it is to God. Yeah. Someone was lying to an entire group of people. A family. And somebody believed it. And they acted upon that. And then once that was done, it just snowballed after that. A lot of secrets, a lot of illusions here. A hidden lover. But really, it hasn't ever really been hidden. Not to you anyways. Show me the Three of Cups in reverse. Yeah. Knight of Wands. Aries, Leo, Sag. Yeah. Now, I'm not telling you what you should or shouldn't do. Right, that's going to be up to you. But for some of you, I do feel like you've already forgiven it. Because you refuse to let it destroy you. Because it was designed to hurt you. It was designed to destroy you. It was designed to get you to crash out. It was designed to get you to react. But you've healed past that. And you knew in some weird way it was a fated event. It's like a canon event. For you, but also for someone else. You're not even angry. You're not even mad. I mean, I'm not saying you are like totally okay with it. No. But you understand why it happened. Maybe you didn't at first. And it took you a while. It took you a lot of hard work. A lot of time to accept the reality of what you know to be true. With evidence. Because she has a book that's open. Show me that. Hold on. Show me the Ace of Swords. Yeah, Nine of Pentacles and upright. And you know you're going to be okay either way. There's something about finances here too. Somebody was taking money that didn't belong to them to pay other people off to be quiet about this. And they've been running from this, back and forth, running from this for a long time. I don't know how long, but for a while. Yeah. And it's finally, you know, here to maybe you weren't ready for the whole truth in the past. You've healed to such a degree, and I'm not saying nobody's 100% ever healed, right? But you've healed to such a degree that you don't react, you don't crash out. You're not looking to be vindictive. You're not looking to be spiteful, because the people that have done this have to live with that guilt and shame already. You're just not going to carry it. You're not responsible for it. It's not your fault. You're not the problem. And you're not going to carry it. Nor are you going to carry the karma. What's this corruption about in the middle of the week? Yeah, you were divinely guided to the truth. And that's not corruptible. For some people who have divine guidance, they are easily swayed. You're not. You stand by the strength of your conviction, and it shows. You were divinely guided to the truth. Let's gossip. Yep. Now, I'm not a doctor. Like I've already told you. I think I told you my disclaimer. I'll tell you one more time. These readings are not meant to be medical, psychological, relationship, financial, career, or legal advice. Okay? But somebody here with Mr. I'm never wrong, always got to be right, covert malignant narcissist person, they're being exposed. Not by you. Not by you. Not by you. Show me this leader. Yeah. Leader, assertive and dominant. We got independent, intelligent, fearless, strong, silent, mysterious. Because you know the truth. And you're empowered by that. Not to use it against another person or anything like that. Just to give them opportunity, because you're divinely guided to do so. To be honest. Yeah, somebody here was trying to stop they were trying to bind your money, your spiritual gifts, your energy, and your love, and your finances. They're trying to stop that. But they can't. It's not theirs to bind. Sometimes just knowing helps you heal. And that's why you found peace. The Most High, for me, is God. The Most High, Mother, Father, God, Goddess, right? For you, it could be something else, but it granted you peace because it gave you knowledge and healing. What's this divine guidance about? Yeah, you saw the future. You saw it. You have foresight. Divine foresight. And you will not allow it to be corrupted. You waited for an answer from the divine. You got it. You got the truth. You got a higher perspective. You got to see why this had to happen this way. Yeah, you did. The truth. Yeah, you did. You got the truth. Archangel Michael. Head over heart decisions. Clarity. The truth. You saw the future. Some people don't believe in that, but you were given this as a gift to give you peace so you can heal. So you wouldn't succumb to bribes or grief or anger, things that you've already healed past and through. You didn't go around them. You didn't try to go under them. You didn't try to bypass it either. No, you walked through it. Yeah, you did. You did. And you know God is faithful to you. And to others, right? But God is faithful to you too. Right? You were shown the truth. You knew this time would come. You didn't know exactly when, but you knew it would come. What is this exposure about? You knew that the true nature of who this is would be shown. Could be an Aquarius, maybe Gemini or Libra, but strong Aquarius. What's this about? Yeah. Someone was very defensive, for a reason. Why was that reason? Now they feel defeated for being defensive. Because the truth is out. They can't. This is a truth that's not contested. It cannot be refuted. It is true. It's factual. You've seen it first, and now you have the proof or the knowledge. You know why somebody didn't protect you. Because of greed, corruption. This is greed. This is selfish. This is corruption. And you knew it would be exposed at some point. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Yeah. And you knew the devil would be defeated. You knew it, Capricorn energy. You knew that at some point the truth would be known. Right? You didn't deserve this. You were not wrong. I'm not saying you're right about everything, but you were right about this. And you saw it, and you try to warn someone or give them a heads up, like, hey, you know, have boundaries. It's important. And they didn't listen. Yeah, you are healing. This Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Michael is here. Temperance energy. Healing is necessary. Balance is about to be restored. Temperance. Yeah. Somebody was holding back from healing very stubbornly. Cancer, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Be mindful of food and drink as well, just letting you know. Someone may be trying to do spell work. It's not going to work. You don't wish bad on nobody. You really don't. It almost feels like closure for you. Now, closure it could mean the closing out of a cycle. That's true. You could close out a cycle, or it could be the closing out of a cycle so a new one can begin in the same situation, or it can be closing out the entire thing. Something that's coming 100% full circle. You're not even angry because you already know. First, you were told spiritually to heal. You did. Then you were told to see, and you did. Then you were told to pray, and you did. And then you were told to wait, and then you did. You already forgave. You were asked to forgive in your heart. As difficult and as painful as it was, but you did. And then, so you forgave, and then you were given the knowledge. Because that is truly when you were able to not react. Because you were ready for the information. It's about to be confirmed. Yep. What's this about? Binding and empowerment. Yeah. Six of Pentacles over. Somebody here was trying to bind your finances or stop you from, they didn't want to, somebody here was holding back emotionally from healing anything with you. Friends, family, partners. So you healed yourself with God or whomever your higher power is of your understanding. They didn't want to give to you, so you gave to yourself. And you still were kind. You still were loving to a degree with boundaries. You were still understanding to the best because you were told to hold your tongue. Yeah. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Libra in the sun. And you still were happy. Because your happiness, Leo energy, is not dictated by another person. It comes from within. Your peace is not dictated by another person. It comes from within, from the heart. From a regulated nervous system. This is true clarity. And you didn't get it from another person. A human being. You got it from God. Sun. And you were happy, yeah. We have the Emperor. You still saw the good in someone, even when they refused to see the good in you. You still did. Right? Aries, Taurus, Leo. What's that Emperor doing? Yeah. You knew why somebody was pulling back from you. Because of someone else. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You were not wrong. That's why. You knew about all the betrayals. There was a lot of it. And you have the truth and the proof. And you laid with it. You sat with it. You held it. Because you were ready for it. You knew. You knew. It's confirmed. Okay. What's this transformation, rebirth, and upgrade about? Right? Yeah. Masculine, stability, authority, king, emperor energy. Again, twice. Somebody has been trying to change. Role model. Somebody looks at you as a role model. This masculine looks at you like a role model because you really have changed. You're still a leader in your own right. Right? You have been doing the inner work. You were divinely guided to the truth. You were not wrong. And you're still a role model. Somebody looks at you like a role model. Not that you would ask or anything, right? What's this contract about? Yeah, friendly, helpful, non-confrontational, reliable. Somebody had a contract, whether spiritual or otherwise, with somebody else. And they two together were projecting onto you and playing the victim when they were never the victim. Yeah, sickness, disease, and infectious. Somebody could have said you gave them something that you don't even have. Yeah, we got projection, electronics, internet, computer. So somebody was projecting something that they were doing to you as if it was happening to them, but really they were doing that. From the top? Yeah. They were trying to send you lack, poverty, and struggle, and scarcity. Unfairly and unjustly, I might add. You didn't deserve this, and now you know that, and you will not be anyone's victim ever again. Yep. Four of Wands in the reverse. Aries, Leo, and the High Priestess in the reverse. Cancer, Pisces, maybe Scorpio. There was a hidden agenda here to get you out of a home. Possibly. To cause you, to make you feel unstable. But really, you were transmuting all of it the entire time. You may not have always understood where it was coming from, but you knew it was there. And you transmuted and transformed it and allowed that to, you healed through it. And it kind of passed through you. Yeah, they were trying to block you in your high priest energy. High priestess, right? You knew why somebody was riding the fence. 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You knew they had divided loyalties. You knew that they were talking shit about you behind your back. To everybody. You knew why somebody had 1 foot in, 1 foot out this entire time? Yeah, the Hermit in reverse. Virgo energy. They were trying to block you from going within to the truth. But they only ended up getting blocked from getting to the truth within them. What's this friend about? Someone had an agreement with someone behind your back. Yeah, Chariot, Cancer energy, Aries or Sag. Someone may be coming towards you. Someone that's out in the cold to talk to you. Maybe they want to make amends. I'm not saying they have to. I'm not saying you have to. Someone was saying that you made them sick, but you didn't. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Someone could be very sick to their stomach because of an opportunity that you're getting, but it's yours. A blessing. Ace of Wands. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. So you can take action. What's that about? Yeah, somebody was trying to stop you from having a new beginning. They were very careless. Someone could have got someone pregnant. Reckless. Someone was very reckless with their wand. Someone was paid money to make it go away. Reckless. This is carelessness. They were paid money to try to throw you off track. Whatever this is something that may not, somebody was trying to block your ability to heal. That's not what's going to happen. You were being protected. I promise you that. Projections, what's that about? We have the Page of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. Younger energies. People were saying all kinds of things about you. And even though you were generous to them, there were people here who were telling somebody to breadcrumb you. Yep. Keep you stuck. To make you obsessed in your head, but you understand. Maybe you didn't before in the past, but you understand this has been their game. And the only way to heal from it is to not play it, to not feed into it. Technology and scarcity. Yeah, you're not going to fight with someone on the internet or whatever. No. Why would you do that? Because why? Because you've been healing. Like genuinely healing. And maybe you have peace, truly have peace for the first time in your entire life. And you know that all they want is a reaction. They want you to be impulsive and reckless and careless and be a crash out. And you've retired that energy. You've healed a lot. Black shirt and pump. Yeah. Yeah. We got 8 of Pentacles in reverse. So somebody here was trying to get you to not be able to work because they are insecure. They're very critical of you. They were lying about you. Cancer, Pisces, Virgo, Capricorn. They were very critical of you and your intuition. It's someone that you cared for, or somebody that could have been a friend, could be a family member, or both. You really cared for someone. Yeah, they were throwing energy at you. They would talk shit about you in the middle of the night to others. And you cared for someone. Maybe not in a big financial way, but with all you had and all your heart. They were talking to somebody late at night about you. Okay, no one. And whatever this is about, a lot of people knew about this. Yep. But they were paid off at some point. Yeah. Lying. Hiding communications. Hiding that they were throwing energy at you as well. It didn't attach because why? Because you've been healing. It has nothing to attach to. It comes in, whatever the energy is. Oh, that's interesting. Let me look at it. Okay. Transmute it. Send it on its way. Because it doesn't belong to you. It's not your energy. Nope. Yeah. They weren't expecting that. They were hoping that you would act impulsively. Somebody else may feel like they reacted impulsively towards you. They lacked perspective. They were being selfish. Queen of Pentacles in reverse, yeah. They were being selfish because they wanted to keep you stuck. Or didn't want to see or tell you, which you don't really need them to tell you because you already know who you are and who you're not. But they didn't want to tell you how much you mean to them because they felt like that would give you leverage. But that's not really what love is about. When you love someone, truly love someone, you give them your whole heart. You're like, here's my heart, right? I'm trusting that you're not going to destroy it. It's a risk. It is a risk. It is. And both parties have to do that. Not try to have leverage over another person. Keep compliments away or truly how you feel about them away because you're afraid it might give them leverage. Meanwhile, you got their whole heart. That's not fair. It's immature and reckless and hurtful. Yeah, somebody wanted to be in control more than they wanted to be loved and respected and connected at one point in time. Yeah, they wanted to create a lot of confusion. Someone had a lot of other options here. You know. They would rather choose something that's easier, so where they don't have to grow, which means they won't ever change. So they much rather choose something that doesn't challenge them to be the greatest version of themselves that you know that they can be, because it's easy. Anything worth having or doing or becoming will never be easy, but it will be worth it. That's what you understand. And if this person decides whatever, okay, they cannot go with you where you're going then. And that's okay. They have to choose what's easiest for them, or whom's easier for them, because they're not ready. And that's okay. You've accepted it. As hard as it was, you accepted it. No, you healed. You healed. What's that Seven of Cups about? Unless Latino shade force anyone, right? The Star. Yeah, you did heal. Divine guidance. You drank your water. You took your spiritual baths. This is my divine GPS card. You listened. You have clarity. And you controlled your emotions. Scorpio energy. Aquarius energy. You might have had an ancestor too in spirit that was guiding you too. Someone also may be finding out this King of Wands or Queen of Pentacles in reverse might be going back to a Pisces maybe. They may be finding that out. So what was done to you, not that you wish it, is now being done to them, not that you wish it. But if that's not the case, I really feel like this is you being divinely guided by an ancestor. Could be a Cancer, or you could be a Scorpio, Pisces, whatever. You're being divinely guided to heal because you have mastered some form of mastery over your emotions, the water. You're not confused. Yeah. And you don't need to put it out there for everybody to see. It's not for everybody. You don't need a pat on the back. You don't need people to kiss your ass or whatever. You don't. That's too much. Like, you don't need all that because it wasn't for them. You did it for you. You healed for you, not for anyone else. Now, this person, someone may not be happy about this. We have snapped, unhinged, instability, and crazy. Not wishing that on nobody. We have fraud, insurance, identity, check, tax, mortgage fraud, or something like that. We have emotional manipulator. You have a hater or something that's like about to crash out. Because you're not a fraud. You ascended. They were trying to say you were a fraud. You're not. And you have knowledge that somebody here was emotionally manipulating the entire situation the entire time. Because remember, you have a higher perspective now. I'm not saying that's a perspective that is for everybody or better than anyone else. No, it's just a different perspective. You were shown. You were guided to it when you were ready to receive it, when you were ready to see it, when you were emotionally regulated and at peace to understand. What's this snapped about? Yeah, somebody's upset because they're now understanding that they were set up for this entire situation. Not by you. Not by you. Not by you. Somebody else. They're upset because they were set up. Not by you, though. That could have been something that you warned them about. Yeah. Hater, optimism, hope, wish, and promise. So somebody here was hating on your optimism. Somebody else was set up. They were hoping that you would hate this person, but you don't. You literally don't hate this person. They were hoping to make you feel afraid or fearful, but you're not. You're at peace. You've accepted whatever it is, come what may. You're still going to be okay, regardless. Yeah, angel, spirit guides, yeah. You listen to your guides. Somebody else was listening to somebody who is not connected at all. No. Ascension. Yeah, somebody was trying to say that you were on drugs. I will put for resources down below, medications and addiction, but you're not, though. But you're actually not. You're not. You may actually have a lot of compassion for, I'm not saying, we got, boundaries is a thing, right? Right? You're actually not. It was all projections. What's this emotional manipulator about? Spiritual rank. Somebody who claims to have spiritual rank that they don't have because you actually have it. Was it trying to emotionally manipulate? It could be a strong Sagittarius here was actually trying to manipulate the entire situation. And you know this. Knowledge. You know who it is. You know exactly who it is. Because the light was shining on you and you have receipts, you have proof. First it came to you intuitively, right? And then it came to you divinely. In each level of healing that you've went through to come to a level of acceptance, that's when you were given the actual proof. Yeah. You leveled up spiritually as well. Yeah, and you had peace, harmony, and calmness because you have knowledge. You know the truth, and you can prove it. Yep. We have feminine, abundance, queen, fertility, goddess, empress energy. That's why you're at peace, because you know that somebody was cheating on you, playing you. With whom? It was more than one. Yep. Yeah. And they were creating illusions, Virgo, Gemini here. And trying to emotionally manipulate you through those illusions that you have healed past. Yeah. To cover what? Robbery, burglary, embezzlement, and larceny of some kind. I'm not a cat. Okay. And now this person knows that they were being played. They were set up, but not by you. Although people said it was you, but it wasn't you. It was not you at all. What's that setup about? Yeah. Union, creativity, idea, imagination. So yeah, they were set up. They were trying to say that it was you, but it wasn't you. It's not you. Yeah. They were somebody that you were in a relationship with was saying that you were a sidewalk, part of the sidewalk gang, very promiscuous, but you're not though. The Holy Spirit then told him, no, not this one. No tea, no shade towards anyone, right? It wasn't you. You didn't set this person up. Somebody that they trusted did, but it wasn't you. They're about to realize that, if they haven't already. And you have the proof about it, too. And you know what this person did behind your back. You're not even mad. That's the thing. You're not even mad. Because why would you be mad if people are saying things about you that you know for a fact are not true? You have nothing to defend, nothing to prove, because you know that's not true. You know what I'm saying? People are going to say all kinds of things, you know, but somebody wanted somebody else to believe this so badly about you. And they did, and then they acted on it. Maybe they were even part of saying this about you when they knew damn well it wasn't true. But you can't control that. You can only mind your P's and Q's, do your healing work, and, you know, do what you got to do. But if you're not doing that, and people are going to say whatever they're going to say. But in reality, it was just projection. They were saying that about you because that's what they've been either entertaining or doing themselves. And all will be revealed. I'm telling you, all is being revealed. And not like, oh, you're gonna... No, you don't have to do all that. You're at peace because you've healed, been healing, and because you were promised by the divine. You're promised by God that it will be made right. And so, you decided, okay, divine business, you're not going to interfere with divine business. You were used, not like that, but like you were used as like a catalyst for someone to understand that, you know, God loves you too. Just because you don't look like or sound like or make enough, the same amount of money, that will come one day. But God loves you nonetheless. You are worthy, and you deserve all the good things too. And you do deserve respect. Because you kept your word, you kept your vow, you kept your covenant true. You were true to your purpose. You didn't quit. You were true to your healing. You were true to your promises to God. You were true to your prayers, your faith, whatever that is for you. You were true to the people around you. To the best of your ability. Tried and true. And you will be blessed for that. I know that. So fear not. You will be. And rather, if people believe that you deserve it or not, it does not matter. They are not God. Somebody was trying to play God in your life, and they are not God, and they will be dealt with. That is not your business. Whomever that was. But you saw the truth. And now you have physical proof of that. Or you will. I feel like you already have it, though. That's why you're at peace. And the people who are truly your enemies, not wishing on nobody, but it says somewhere in the Bible that they will be made your footstool. Not that you wish that. I feel like you even prayed for their healing and their forgiveness and their mercy from God for them. And that's what makes it so much worse, is because you genuinely, with a pure heart, prayed for these people involved in this. With all your heart, for healing, for restoration, for peace at least. You know, for healing, for clarity. You know, for awareness of some kind. For healing, for understanding, for forgiveness, for grace. You begged God for mercy for these people, because you know they know not what they do. I mean, I'm not saying they get a G pass. I mean, you're not God, right? But that will be up to God to give that. Anything else? It's not up to you. Let me see. Anything else, please? And then I'll use that one to clarify. Anything else, please, for the collective? Yeah, look. Home. Maybe there's a pregnancy here, right? But you protected the nest. You protected the home. You stay true to it. No mask. You really are who you say you are. Yeah, and she's a little naked, but you have the truth. You were telling the truth. And you have it. Really? Yeah. What is that? That's 9 of Swords. You knew what was going on. And you just, with the Anchor here, you waited. And you waited for the truth. You saw the truth. 2 people kissing there. You saw the truth. You knew that they were at someone's home, kissing, luxury, drinking, partying, having a great time. Yeah. You knew. Yeah, and with the Fish here, at the end of the week, this is abundance, money that can also talk about pregnancy as well. You knew the mask would finally be revealed, or no longer on the faces anymore of the people that you needed to see clearly, who were, maybe they had you in a group chat. Maybe they had you on a website that without your knowledge. Yeah. Making profit off of you. Something like that. I don't know what that's about. Moving forward. The Rider. 9 of Cups. Moving forward. Yeah. What's this about? Show me the stork here. You were given message. You saw cranes, maybe. Well, they're technically cranes, but storks. You know the truth was coming. Because that's the sign. Maybe you saw a billboard that said, I do care. Or you will. Yeah, change in reverse. You didn't move. You stayed true to that. You held down the fort. Truth. In legal courthouse. You know the truth will come out in court. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not legal advice. Okay, I've already given my disclaimer. But so, I don't know what this is about. Somebody here's been trying to change something in court against you. Message of concern. It didn't work though. They've been desperately trying to change something in the courts. But they have to honor it. Whatever it is that they were trying to change, they can't change. They have to honor it. High honor. Somebody else is not happy about that. Yeah. Occupation in reverse. They didn't want you to see this. They didn't want you to know what they were trying to do against you regarding your business or a company or where you work. They have to honor it. They have to honor it. What's the Anchor about? Distance horizon. Yeah, you're pulling a banker. Wealthy man pulling a banker. Somebody, they have to honor this. Whatever was taken or whatever was used without your knowledge, they have to pay it back. They have to give it back. Yep. If they don't want to go to jail. I don't know what that's about. Someone may come in and tell you this. Because they don't want to go to jail. Yeah, thoughts in reverse. They don't want to be stuck in their mind anymore about this. They don't want to feel guilty anymore about this because it's yours. It is yours. Yeah. This is all about forgiveness. And forgiveness isn't for the other person. Okay, it's for you. So you can be free of it. So you're not carrying the karma, the resentment, the grudge, the contempt, the anger, the hurt, because then it doesn't belong to you. Yes, it happened to you. But if you carry that forever, then it doesn't go where it belongs. Right? Yeah. We have House in reverse. We have courtship. So someone had a new relationship outside of the marriage or outside of the home or whatever. Privileged lady in reverse. Somebody's not going to get what they want. Mature woman in reverse, because this woman right here and this privileged lady work together against you with someone else. We, honey. You know about that too. And they lied. False person, false people, and they lied. They did something unjust and illegal, maybe. Again, I'm not a cop or a lawyer. It does not go in their favor. Main male and thief in reverse. Caught. Yep. Yeah. Again, you're still at peace. And that is why you're getting even more blessings, because you're at peace. You had to accept the unacceptable. You had to accept apologies, real accountability with changed behavior that you would never receive or get. That's why justice is being served in your favor. It's because you didn't react. You didn't crash out. You still pray for these people or this person, whatever this is for you. You left it in God's hands. You surrendered it to God, basically. And that's why it's being made right. Because had you jumped in, try to rescue, or try, whatever, get revenge or whatever, be vindictive of any kind, it would have not turned out that way. I don't know about the relationship, but maybe. But you are still focusing on your healing and your path. Even if this person doesn't want to heal, that's fine. That is their life and their choice, and they can choose that. It's not your job to tell them they should choose otherwise. C'est la vie, right? That's theirs. That's their path. Who are you to say they can't go down that path? Now, you don't have to let it affect yours, though. You don't have to have that energy around you, though. You are under no obligation to do that. But if they choose to, and I mean really choose to, not just say it, but really choose to, that's something else. Maybe something can be worked out. Maybe. But they have to give you what they took. They have to. Legally, I believe that they have to. I don't want to. They do not want to. But it's not up to them. Or something like that. And if they try to pull a fast one, that's not a good idea. Not because you'll do anything, but God gonna deal with it. And you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Honey, I've been dragged before by God. I promise. Because I was being stubborn and, didn't want to listen. I got dragged and then set all the way down for 3 years. So I get it. It can happen to anybody. Anybody who thinks that it cannot and will not and never will happen to them, and they can go out and hurt people and steal from them, or cheat and lie and steal and do all those things and mock and laugh at other people and connive and put people in group chats and do all this weird shit, better be careful. You don't want to play with God like that. Like, for real. That's not smart. Okay? I don't recommend. Let's see. Let me hurry up. Let's do the all signs now. Show me the collective. But your healing looks good on you. It looks good on you, beautiful. Handsome. It does. It looks good on you. It really does. No one can deny it. I mean, I'm sure there people will be, but it doesn't matter. Other people's opinions of you are none of your business. It's okay. And they can't get under your skin anymore. Because you've healed past that. Thank you, Spirit, the Most High, ancestors, angels, and guides. Are we doing Aries? We have false documents, info, statements, and agreements. So there could be an Aries who's falsifying documents and or statements or lying. Yeah, about emotional pain. Or they're hurt because they lied. Okay, if you know a Taurus, we got rich girl. Okay. Maybe they see you that way, or maybe this is them. Protection. They want to offer you some type of protection. Or maybe they need your protection. I don't know. What's that about? Yeah, ancestors. Your ancestors are protecting you from a Taurus. And they know it. Or if you want a Gemini, confusion and illusion. They're under some type of confusion or illusion right now. Not that you wish it about some type of abandonment. Turning their back. They're not sure why you turned your back. And you're letting it go. Transition. Because you have to. Or something. Alright, if you want a Cancer, we got courthouse. Something like, I'm not a lawyer or a cop, but there's something, maybe they are a lawyer. Something about courthouse. Pathway. They have to get on the right path to make something right legally with you, but also financially or something. Yeah. It's going to be saying, it's going to be exposed that they were falsifying information or a narrative about you. That could, I'm not a lawyer. It could be slander, defamation, libel about you to everybody. That could be a problem. They were saying what? You're mentally and emotionally unstable when you're not. You're not. Alright, if you're dealing with Leo, the Ice King, they're very kind of cold with you. Work, labor, and efforts because they're working, or something about work. They're working on that. And it's a surprise. Yeah, they're going to be nice. Okay, nice guy. Okay. If you're dealing with a Virgo, they're a thief, a liar, and a cheat. Yeah, they wanted to steal your North Node. That's not going to happen. Okay? Yeah, and yeah, they're awakening that that's a bad idea. Okay? If you don't want a Libra, love spells, warning, be careful which wish for. They may be doing love spells behind the scenes or paying for some. Yeah, against your marriage, or commitment, or some, either on you or on somebody else. That's a bad idea. Yeah. Moving on. They wanted you to move on from your marriage because they want to be with your person. You know about that too. That's not going to be good for them. Okay. If you're dealing with a Scorpio, they're very happy, or they see that you're very happy. Yeah. Flying monkey. Somebody here was used as a flying monkey against you, a Scorpio, or this was you, or somebody here is going to admit to that. Yeah, they were paid money to do it, unexpected money. Could be a kid, maybe, but they say that you're happy either way. Or it could be a Scorpio sun, rising, whatever. One more. Yeah, they were paid money to manipulate you. It could be a kid. But you're still happy regardless. Or if Sagittarius, or it could be another Scorpio somewhere, rising sign maybe. We got Sagittarius, we got mature woman. They're mature, or they say that you're very mature. And you are praying, or they're praying for you. Yep, and you've changed. They see that now. Or if you're dealing with Capricorn, we got imprisonment. They could feel stuck, or that's what they wanted for you. Gift. They feel stuck. They may feel like you did something to them, but you didn't. Or they might have stolen something from you, but they had to give it to you. Yeah, divine masculine. Yeah, they have to give it to you. Or there could be a Capricorn gifting you with something. They have to. Or something. Okay, if you're dealing with Aquarius, we got divinity. They see your divinity. Maybe they're recognizing their own. And you have abundance coming towards you. This Aquarius was your opposition. Yep. And they feel bad about it. One more. Yeah, they were saying you were karmic feminine, or they are karmic feminine if they're an Aquarius, and they feel bad about that now. Yep. If you're dealing with a Pisces, achievement, number one, they want to give you your flowers in some form or fashion, achievement in a relationship. Okay. Some about health concerns. They're worried about their health concerns, or they're worried about you. They want you to come and travel to see them. They want to give you something because they trust you. A Pisces does. Either they want you to come to them, or they want to come to you because they trust you with something. Okay. Or you are to be trusted. Okay. let me see. I gotta read it. Let's see who could potentially be involved. Don't get hung up on the signs. But let's just see. Okay? Who could potentially be involved in this? Or about? We got Libra, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Scorpio. Gang, gang, hello. Virgo, Taurus. Happy birthday, Taurus. Oh, we got two more. We got Aquarius. And we have Pisces. Yep. So we have Libra, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Scorpio. Gang, gang. We have Virgo, Taurus, Aquarius. Happy birthday, Taurus again. And Pisces, baby. Alright, I get a few letters. Just a few. First, middle, last initial, your name, their name, anybody who knows, anybody who's involved, whatever. Last messages from the Holy Spirit, ancestors, angels, and guides. What we got for the collective, please? Letter K. Kindness counts, honey. It does. Have compassion. We got G. Kindness and gratitude. We got X. Xeno. Strong friendships, okay? We got T. So somewhat Texas, maybe. Transform. We got R. Reward. Great. We have F. Future. We got N. We got R. Somewhat prescriptions or medicine. Somewhat Tennessee as well, or Texas. Okay, we got J. Justice. Someone could be a junior. We got T again. TJ twice. We got Z. We got A. Somebody nag here. Somebody nag. We got E for essence, okay? Zay. What? Something that could be Jen, maybe, or Jet. We got D. Days. Someone could be very dazed or confused, maybe. I'm gonna wish that for nobody. I. Somebody ID'd. Okay. Somebody kid. I don't know. We got I. We got A. DIA or something. We got B. I do have FBI here. Somebody bid. Okay. Bree's important. I have an R. Yeah. Bria or Bree. Brit. I got E. Bay. BEA. Bay. Okay. Some of the bid. Some of the bid or something. Okay. Got W. Got E. We. Or wed or bed or something. Okay. We got U. We got C. You see. We see. Or something. I don't know. We got M. UCM or okay. M. We got S. So, could be South Carolina or University of South Carolina or something. Medical or something. We got Y. Last two. We got L. Somewhat sly. Okay. And Q. Okay. Alright. I'll put these down below, but I will call them out to you right now. You can put them in ChatGPT and or Scribble, not a paper motion. Get more names, words, places, whatever. Names, maybe. We got K, G, X, T, R, F, N, R, J, T, Z, some more T's, be careful, A, E, D, I, A, B, and E. Someone say it could be Abe. W, E, U, C, M, S, Y, L, and Q. Let me get some guidance. Let me grab the book. Okay, collective. We need guidance, please, for the collective regarding this reading. I have no idea what I'm going to title this. You need guidance, please, for the collective regarding this reading. We have tree. Number 18 breaks down to a 9, and it says, let them go. And I'll get you some surrender cards as well. This could be what you could surrender to or surrender over. We have surrender your fear of change. I'll read that in a minute. Surrender defensiveness. Surrender your need to always be right. You, them, some, everybody. Surrender your ego. You, them, whomever needs it. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. I'll read those. And the last one. Surrender your belief in scarcity. Okay. Alrighty. First one, number 18. I gotta go pick up my groceries. Pick up a kid. And it says, let them go. You often take on the pain of others. You used to think it was because you're an empath, but these days you're not so sure. Sometimes it feels like other people are emptying their emotions into you and giving nothing in return. Sometimes we even feel we've inherited pain from those who come before us in our family tree. This is your permission to let go. Your life is ultimately about you, not what other people expect you to carry for them. True. Alright. And it says, surrender your fear of change. I'm going to do it by columns, make it easier. And it says, the universe is, I guess I do it in order. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or relationship, or if you fear aging or death. Repeat this the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Yep. Surrender defensiveness, and it's for you, them, whomever, crosswalker, whomever. It says defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out. Then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Surrender your need to always be right. Give others the gift of letting them be right. Be yielding, not rigid. This will help resolve conflicts and improve your relationships. Surrender your ego. Cultivate gratitude. Be of service to others and come from your heart. A big ego can work against you, but humility will further your goals. Hello. Surrender outdated beliefs about yourself. Let go of limiting ideas about yourself that originate from the past. Then you can own your power and soar in your life. Yep, that's true. And all this is true. And it says, surrender your belief in scarcity. The universe is asking you to open to the infinite nature of abundance. In this way, you can remove blocks in your life and succeed beyond your wildest dreams. Clock it. Clock it, but claim it. Clock it, honey. Hello. But that is what I got, collective. I really hope this helps you. I love you so much. I'll be working. I got some private personal reads I need to do, but I will be working on the elements, or not elements, the monthlies over on Patreon. I'm still not done yet. And hopefully this upcoming week, and weeklies too, and then hopefully this week I'll be able to do elements on YouTube memberships. But I love y'all so much, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you for fucking with me. I fuck with y'all too. Y'all rock with me, I rock with you. I love y'all so much. I'm very, very grateful. There are not enough words in the English language to tell you from my heart to yours how grateful I am for you. I learned so much, and I've healed so much with all of you too. Just, you know, so I'm grateful. I love you. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hype up this video. It costs you nothing, and it puts me in the algorithm. Until next time, honey. Bye.